Well, hey there. Happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go ahead and put hashtag pajama in the comments below so I know it's the first time you're being exposed to the Pajama Grandma. I like to know when new people are being introduced or coming across me so that I can say hi. Because to be honest, to me, social media is about relationships and getting to know people. And so I want to get to know you. You get to know me by watching my videos, and I want to find ways to get to know and interact with you. Otherwise, what's the point of social media? I think that we're kind of in a day and age where our cell phones and our social media and our interaction with people through the internet is becoming more real than actually talking to people. And I don't like that. I miss the human interaction and the experiences. There's nothing that takes the place for that. Meeting people and talking to people on video, it's no substitute. It's better than nothing, but it's not an actual real substitute for having relationships with people. Total side topic. Today, I am thinking about action, and not just any action, inspired action. And the reason I'm thinking about it is because I'm really good at taking action. But is it the right action for what it is that I need to achieve and where I want to go? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I just get into the motion of taking action and doing what other people and gurus say I should do with respect. I'm talking with respect to growing my online business. And I don't realize till I've done it for like a really long time, like hundreds of times perhaps, that I'm just taking action and it's not really the right inspired action. I'm not doing it for the right reason, or the reasons change. Let me give you an example. I started doing Facebook Live videos, and I've been doing, let me reach it, it's for 231 days. Today was day 231 of doing one thing a day that scares me. And what I do is I just share a little Facebook Live video from this book, Do One Thing a Day That Scares You. And I started doing it because I was scared to death to do, I wasn't scared to death, but I was scared to do Facebook Live videos, pretty much like anybody else on the planet. Everybody is afraid to do something until they actually do it. And Facebook Live is no exception. It's like public speaking. People are afraid to do it until they actually do it. And then once you do it, you realize that it doesn't kill you. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of fun. I mean, otherwise I never would have done 230 days, 231 days in a row of Facebook Lives on a book, a journal type book. But it's kind of fun. And it's helping me to learn and expand my comfort zone. Now, the reason I started doing that is still valid, to get over my fear of doing Facebook Lives. But is producing this content, is it really helping the people that I want to help? Maybe yes, maybe no. It's a little off topic. I help people supersize their businesses. So is stretching your comfort zone important towards supersizing your business? Yes. But that connection in and of itself is a bit of a stretch. So am I taking action just for the sake of taking action? Or is that really inspired action? Well, in the beginning it was inspired, and I just started thinking about this now. Is it truly still inspired? Well, I set a goal that I'm going to do the whole book, so I'm going to do the whole book, regardless of whether it's inspired action or not. But it's an example of, is it inspired action? Or is it just based on the things that I'm learning? And what I've been learning as I'm transitioning from offline brick and mortar world of businesses in corporate America to the online world is some things are just different. The way things are done, in some instances, they're just different. Many things are easier and faster online than they've ever been in the offline world. Finding customers, getting clients, getting your ideal customers coming to you, it is way easier on the internet and in online tools than it is in the offline world. It is a lot easier to put up a little customer attraction website or a funnel. And I mean, you can do that in 20 minutes to an hour. You can create a really good lead magnet, or it's called, or, you know, invite your customers to you type page. You can do that in about an hour nowadays with the tools that are available, or less. And in the offline world, that might take weeks or months. At least it used to take weeks or months to come up with some kind of a campaign or way to garner attention and get people coming to you. Maybe you'd have to sponsor events, or all the old-fashioned ways. Run an ad in the newspaper. Do some kind of a promo or special feature thing that you would share and all different ways of doing it. But now it's just way faster and easier to do that by having an online presence or running ads to it, like Facebook ads or Google search engine optimization words. And there's just all kinds of ways to do it online, super duper easy. But as I'm learning all these things for online and putting them to work in my business, is it effective? Is it me just taking action based on things that I'm learning as I'm learning them randomly? Or is it intentional? Is it inspired action? Am I finding those things because they are the next thing that I'm supposed to do? I don't know, kind of a deep subject and deep thoughts for today, but it's what I'm thinking about. It's what I'm working on. And I feel like it's time to have like a stop review day and ask myself these hard questions. Is what I'm doing every day, does it make sense? Or can I tweak what I'm doing, the actions that I'm taking, to give me more effective results? And I think what I really want is more results from the actions that I'm taking, and then analyzing what of these actions and what parts and pieces of the processes that I've created and been putting in place, what parts of those can I outsource and delegate and get help with? Because I tend to take on a whole bunch of stuff and a whole lot of actions, and I tend to take on too much of them. And I was laughing this morning because that was one of my limiting beliefs from supersizing my offline businesses, was that I had to do everything. And I realized that I have fallen into that exact same trap with my online business growth. I have been taking on and doing way too many things myself that I know other people are more than capable and way better at doing than I am. And I know of that because I've been making excuses for why I haven't made improvements to certain things. For example, I have a podcast. I've had a podcast since, I think, the last week in February. I just threw it up in like a day. I'm like, I'm going to do this because I'd been thinking about it for months and I hadn't done it. And I realized that I actually had the components and the pieces all together. All I had to do was find a software and launch it. So I did. But I launched it without an intro, without an outro, without calls to action. And here I am months later, like 6 months later, I still don't have an intro, an outro, or calls to action for the vast majority of my podcast episodes, even my interviews. My interviews are, follow up with this amazing person that I just interviewed if you want more help with this area, and then how to contact them. I'm really good at doing that on interviews, but I would say that 95% or more, if not 99%, of every podcast episode I've done, every Facebook Live I've done, I have no call to action on. Well, how can people get involved with me and my group and my online business if I don't invite them? People want to be invited. So that's what I'm thinking about today is, what am I doing? Does it make sense? Is it inspired action? Is it action that's getting me the results I want, as in moving me toward the goal of supersizing my online business, or not? If it's not, rethink the strategy. Do I still need to be doing all of the pieces of some of the activities I'm doing? Or is that something that can be outsourced or handed off to someone else or some other entity or some other group that can do that for me? I'm going to do a quick review today of everything and say yes, no, yes, no. And I'll probably do it as I'm producing my content, which is something I already know and have known for a long time. It should be farmed off to someone else. I can do the content creation. Somebody else can do all the other pieces way better than I can. So, what are you up to today? Something fun, I hope. Something to move yourself and your life ahead in the direction that you want it to go. That's it. That's all I've got today. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow with day 232 of What's She Up To Now. Bye. Jam Grandma out. Have a fantastic day.